Welcome back to Chillout with Mercadhis show. Nimepanda mat, hakuna fare. The conductor told me that nyinyi wasichana tunawajua. Umetoka kubaiwa kuku, unakuja kwa mat bila fare. Concordia alikula kuku yangu. And I got so hurt about it. I don't carry handbags to date because of that incident. I asked what is sex, and my daughter would go, conjugal, whatever. And I was like, don't tell me what science is saying. Tell me what you understand sex is. You go into their room, they want to shut off their laptop. Guy, ama wana watch porn. So I told them, let's open a contact center. So they asked me, do you have the capacity to open a contact center? I said, yes, I'm the manager where I am. So all this time, I only have 2 weeks experience in a contact center. I don't even know the lingo of contact center. I promise you, every night, I would stay on YouTube trying to learn what contact centers are all about. So they gave me the project, and that was a breakthrough for me. So I set up the contact center, and I get to hire people into the contact center. And the government felt it was a brilliant idea, because now when teachers experience challenges, they would call. You don't have to have a physical person in school. And that also taught the teachers how to operate the devices, because they would troubleshoot on their own. So once you troubleshoot an incident once or twice, then you get the know-how of how to operate the device. And because a lot of the teachers who were in that era were not tech savvy, they were old teachers, and this free laptop to schools were mainly for the lower classes. The upper classes never used to use them a lot. So unajua watiche wa chini walikuwaga wale wa mama wazee So a lot of them struggled to be tech savvy. So when at that point the project was being run under a company at JKUAT University. And I took up a contract. So they asked me, how much do you want to earn? Remember, I was earning 12,000. I said, I want to earn 100,000. And to me, it felt like $1 million, So fast forward, I do this contract for 1 year, and I see a job advert. A gaming firm is looking for a contact center manager, but with the experience of setting up a contact center from scratch. Uyo ni God ama si God? Unajua, like ni God. So they tell me I was the only candidate who got that job just because of one benefit, that I had experience to set up a contact center from scratch. They give you a room and you set up. And that's how I got to the gaming firm. I worked for 7 years, and now I quit. So I would say that has been my journey before I can transition to what I'm doing now, but that has been my journey through what I have been doing. But all along, I want to say one thing, that God remained constant in my story. He always connected one point to the other in his own way, because I would have chose not to take a 12K job, from doing a business that would give me millions every month to taking up a job that would give me 12,000 bob. Was only God that would have guided me to say, take this job because I'm preparing you for something great. We are very blessed not to have children who are extremely disobedient or extremely giving you issues as teenagers, as much as they have their issues here and there. My daughter sometimes thinks I'm bipolar, like at one point I'm agreeing with her, at the next point we are not friends anymore. And she's not gonna talk to me, and like, you are so bipolar with your emotions, yada yada. She will always just tell you, what do you expect me to do? And an incident I would like to talk on this show is, one day I told them, go to bed. And they both had iPhones. So they had done very well in school. And we decided, we're going to get them iPhones. So we got them iPhones. And after, they were so excited, like in their school, they would go with phones to school and all those stuff. So one day I tell them, please go to bed. We had already separated with the dad. And I used to like telling them something. Hamtanisumbua kwa sababu baba yenyu hayuko hapa. All the time. So one day I called myself and said, no, stop saying that a lot. Stop it at kabisa. Anyway, so I tell them to go to sleep, and they go to bed. But then because of charger, they took my charger from my room. So in the middle of the night while I was sleeping, I remembered, oh my, I haven't charged my phone. So I go to their room to ask, who has my charger? And I find both of them watching movies on their phones. And it was about 2 a.m. in the morning. And I was so pissed off. So I took their phones and threw off the window. And they broke into pieces. So my daughter was so affected with that. She came to my room and asked me, have you ever sat down and thought that my generation is not your generation? That you need to deal with us differently. Like if your father used to beat you up with anyaunyo, I mean, if you beat me up with anyaunyo, you're causing mental health on me and I'm gonna report you. You know, and that was my daughter telling me that you have to stop lashing out your anger on us. And you have to really focus on being very objective when you need to correct something with us, you know. Like now you've taken my phone, you threw it out of the window. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it was such an emotional moment. And she was like, what will I tell my friends tomorrow? Where is my phone? Like, you take me to a school where people are going with phones and then you take my phone and throw it out of the window. I'm sorry, you have to get me another phone. You know, and she walked out of my room. She's very vocal. She'll tell you what she thinks. And even just as soon as yesterday, she was asking for a bike that is worth 1 million. And she was like, you know, I know that my mom can afford it. You know, when did you stop believing in yourself? She would ask me, when did you stop believing in yourself? You have to believe in yourself. You can attain what you need to attain. And I was like, but then you can also believe in yourself to be able to buy yourself a 1 million bike. You know, but I'm not going to do it. I'm paying school fees. So my kids are this, in terms of personalities, they are this extreme. Our daughter is very extroverted. Our son is very introverted. But they all have their strengths. And the good thing is they love each other. We don't expect, you know, I got worried when I didn't see my kids fighting. You know that sibling rivalry and that sibling fight? My kids don't fight. So I got worried. I was like, is this a problem? Are they pretending and then they'll fight when they are older? But then as we go, they still love each other. They still call each other. They're the ones who inform me. They're telling me I need to get married. My daughter the other day told me, I really need a baby sister. It's high time you think about it. You know, so we have those conversations. But the beautiful thing about my kids, getting them when I was young, is that I was able to grow with them. And I was able to talk to them. So we started talking about sex when they are 6. We would tell them sex is for mummies and daddies. And then they are older and older. And even before they left, I asked, so guys, you guys are living. So what's the right time to have sex? And first I asked, what is sex? And my daughter would go, you know, conjugal, whatever. And I was like, don't tell me what science is saying. Tell me what you understand sex is and what is the right time to have sex. Then my son told me there's no right time to have sex for anyone. If I get married at 18, and the Bible says I can have sex at 18, I'll have sex at 18. If I am not married at 40, and I am not married, the Bible tells me I can only have sex when I'm married, then I'll have sex at 40. Najua ananipanga, lakini, lakini, I am glad that at least he is in the right path. So when he got to 18, one of my friends was home and said, Randy, I want to take you out. So let's go clubbing. You will have wine because now you're 18. And my son looked at him and said, no, drinking is not my priority. If I drink when I'm 18, then I'll spoil the brain cells, my brain cells, and I'm still growing. I can only drink after I am 21. That's how he responded to that person. And he said, and because I can only drink after I'm 21, I'm not going to go clubbing until I'm 21. You know, I was like, whose child are you? You know, like, I'm proud of you. Is he speaking the truth? I don't know. But you feel like you have trained them in the way they should go and they can remember, you know. And your kids learn from your actions, not what you say. Yeah. So for me, I'm proud of them. We have our challenges. Our challenges are usually gadgets. You're spending too much time on your gadget. Who are you talking to? You go into their room, they want to shut off their laptop. What are you watching? I'm just in that space where I'm like, guy, ama wana watch porn. Guy, ama wanafanya nini? You know, like, and someone told me it is okay this is a stage every child goes through, and then they will pass it. Just give them the right direction. So I'm always worried sometimes, ama wanawachigi maporn huko, ama wako na madem, unajua wanatuma nudes ama nini, but I am slowly learning to allow them to manage their own time and their own space responsibly. Chill Out with Mercadhis is about impacting, improving, and inspiring lives. So anything that will happen in this show will impact you, improve you, and inspire you. Because I believe that we all have a story that would impact someone. We all have a story that would improve the life of somebody, and we all have a story that would inspire the life of somebody. But then besides that, that is my vision. My vision as Mercadhis or Brenda is to impact, to improve, and to inspire in whatever thing I do, in all the touch points of the things I do. I want to tell you something. When I resigned from work and I decided to go and do the things I like doing, it's because I figured that being in the corporate has become something I did to live, maybe earn, or get myself from where I was to one point. But then it didn't inspire me to, because I wasn't feeling like I'm changing lives the way I should. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to do what I love doing, you know. And I keep saying that your provision does not come from the income you make from working. Your provision comes from your purpose. You need to identify what your purpose is, execute it, and then God will naturally provide for your needs, you know. So you don't eat because you are working. You eat because you live in your purpose. You see, a tree. Sometimes I leave my house and go to the balcony and look at a tree. And when I look down, what do you see? Dead leaves that have fallen down. Is that tree worried that hii leaf ilianguka na hii leaf ikaanguka, oh my God, I am withering? No, the tree is like, it will sprout out new leaves from the manure of what? The dead leaves that have gone down. So for your life, everything that has gone down, use it to propel up. You know, use it as a manure to propel up. And someone told me, Mercadhis, you're a jack of all trades and a master of none. And I told them, show me what I am doing that I am not a master on. And who said that you cannot be a jack of all trades? I am here to break records. You know, who said that the sky is the limit? And why did you guys believe that person? You know, the sky is not the limit. You can always go beyond the sky. There are people who've gone beyond the sky and they have done amazingly well, you know. So I am not the ordinary person who you put limits to. I am the individual that breaks limits and gives a new record to the limits, you know. So for me, yes, I'm a go-getter. Yes, I do so many things. I run a production company called Briton Productions. We do productions, we produce programs, we produce this show. We are doing quite a bit with production. I own an agency that does administrative support to startups and SMEs. It's called Client Care Africa. And all we do is, instead of you as a startup or an SME to employ personnel, what we do is we employ those people on your behalf. And those people can support your business and support somebody else's business and support somebody else's business. So because of economics of scale, you end up paying little for the personnel as opposed to hiring them on your own. I run a furniture shop, a showroom. So we sell furniture. You know, I am an interior designer. So under Emerald Interiors, we are able to design your house. We are able to build for you. We are able to furnish the house for you with furniture. Under Client Care Africa, we manage Kenyans living in the diaspora. Because ya issue ya nilitumia bradhangu do, akakula. Na vile alikula do, sasa sina nyumba. So what we do is we manage you from abroad. We run your businesses, we manage your businesses, we go through, we look for documentations for you. Everything you want us to do in Kenya, we do it on your behalf. You know, so at the end of the day, you're able to have peace of mind that your project is working. Besides that, we run an experience in beauty. So I have a spas called Mystic Lounge. And in Mystic Lounge, we don't only do beauty, we make sure that we are styling celebrities with hair. We are doing hair styling for celebrities. We are doing your nails. We are doing all these things, and even for normal mirrors. So Mystic is a project that we are taking it to another level. It's not a barber shop. It's not a salon. It's a lounge where we deal with everything in the space of beauty, and we have experts in the space as well. So sometimes I sit down, and this I say here on camera, is that sometimes I sit down and people look at me and they say, Mercadhis ni wash, Mercadhis ni nini, you know, and I keep telling them, it's fine. You bring me the money, I will wash it. You know, like, I work, I sleep at 3 a.m. every day. I have so much I do. What informs me to come up with the show? A lot of people have told me to write a book about my life. Well, I am not a writer. I am equally not a reader. I say this with a lot of pride because I learned to accept myself. And because I decided in this world, I'm gonna be the person I am without the fear of judgment, you know? If I read a whole chapter of a book, I'm a kinesthetic learner. If I read a whole chapter of a book, then I forget the next chapter. So I have to read bits and pieces, and it will take me so long. So I decided instead of writing a book, I will tell my story. And I will go out to the world and tell the stories of other people who want to tell their stories to the world. And that's how Chillout with Mercadhis was birthed. Also, in social media, a lot of people would call and say, can we have coffee? Can I be with you? Can we talk? You inspire me. I want to learn from you. You are my mentor and everything. And I said, this is a platform where I can tell my story without the fear of judgment and be able to impact, improve, and inspire somebody. And what better way to be able to pour your life and make it immortal by documenting it, you know? So I would write a book, yes, but I would definitely have to hire someone to pick this story and write the book on my behalf and publish it, you know? But I cannot do that. That is not my forte. My forte is to tell the stories and inspire you. And that's why I chose to tell my stories through Chillout with Mercadhis. I want to also talk about the NGO that we have that is fully fully CSR and has 3 programs. One is the educational program that is supporting children to go to school who have done well. But then we are also going to celebrate those who didn't do well and plug them into programs that are underway. And then we have the women's program that's called Malkia, where we are supporting women and empowering them to start up businesses. And the last thing is going to start the soup kitchen. And now on to why Chillout with Mercadhis is gonna be a tribe. It's gonna be a community. It's gonna be a movement whereby we provide a platform for as many people as possible to be able to come and tell their real stories and inspire other people and even create hope for the people who follow this channel. So for me, it is about creating hope and telling the real stories, because we have to tell the real stories. If we don't tell the real stories, then people just live on a vague space. And that is not acceptable. I want to be able to come and say I was married to a pastor and I am a divorcee, you know. I want to be able to come and say I used to do ABCD and it deteriorated my life and now I am a better person. I don't want this tribe or this community to be a woishe thing. It's celebrating the wins that we've been able to celebrate and the things, and creating hope for those people who are listening and following this channel. So it's a tribe, it's a community, it's a movement, and it's high time we carry along the people we know around us and go walk with them until the point where they can walk on their own.